As the title of this video suggests, and I'm sure lots of parents can identify at some point having difficulty with school refusal or a real kind of difficult turmoil in the morning getting your child to school. Has your child had difficulty getting back to school after the long break and the lockdown school, or getting back into routine? This is a common problem that parents have and often ask, what can we do to help and make sure that there isn't this conflict? Going 10 rounds with Mike Tyson in the morning, and that's your child. And I can tell you right now, I don't think the parents come off better off. So you can ask yourself, why does your child with ADHD not want to go to school? And it's all about routine and difficulty. Remember, medication is something that is an integral part. If your child has ADHD, by definition, has symptoms that are negatively affecting both themselves, their family, school, and having a huge impact. One of the biggest tips that I'd like to give you to help your child get to school, give them medication very early. I would say that this is one of the most important tips I can give you. Give that medication as your child opens up their eyes. Have that medication that goes straight into the mouth, because you want that medication to be in the system, to be helping those executive functions, that motivation, that self-awareness. Make sure your child gets to sleep at night and has adequate sleep. To get up in the morning and, waken the dead in the morning is going to be difficult. Make sure that everything's organized the night before. You're not running around, tearing your head off, panel beating your child, shouting, giving orders. You want things organized the night before. Clothes ready. Your child must do that. They must become part of the process. And having school activity books, organized, bag ready, sports equipment. And set the alarm to get up maybe 10 minutes earlier. So you've got that little bit of time to get your child out of bed. And of course, make sure that there aren't a lot of distractions. TV, PlayStation, iPad, phone. You want to make sure that you have a little bit of a supervision routine in the morning. Make sure that you interact rapidly. Don't do too much talking. Make sure that there's a sequence. You can even print out some routines, some visual reminder routines. I've had some interesting parents who've put little kind of sticky notes on the door of the bathroom, the bedroom, the kitchen, with little kind of pictorial sort of representations what they've got to do, and they've got to tick them off in the morning. So literally, you get into the bathroom, you're brushing your teeth, you're kind of dressing, you're kind of brushing your hair, and there are little things that children do have some time and have some difficulty with, maybe doing their shoelaces. But remember, the more you do as a parent, the less your child will do. You're going to need a bit of extra time. I think a lot of the time parents do a lot of things for their children because they want to avoid the conflict. They want to avoid the screaming and shouting and emotional turmoil. It's just easier just to do things. So there are parents that literally bath their children in the morning that are 6 and 7, 8 years old. They're dressing them, feeding them. Avoid the turmoil in the morning by being proactive. Think about what you're going to be doing tomorrow morning, Monday, getting your child ready. Know what you're going to do. Be proactive. Don't be reactive in the moment. If the morning starts off well, there's going to be a little bit more motivation. You can also incentivize things. You can have a reward system. When you do that, then you can do that later on when you come home. Children like to have a score of a visual as well as something tangible that they're going to get at the end of it. So if your child's also having difficulty at school, talk to the teacher. Is there an issue at school? Is there a problem with a friendship? And, if your child is needing help, we need to get the right help, whether it's an academic problem, a social problem. When I ask children during my assessments, I say to them, do you like school this much, this much, this much, or this much? Do you like your teacher this much, or this much, and your friends? And 9 times out of 10, they say they like school this much. So, if you're not good at school, you don't want to go to school. And we've got to kind of maybe you've got to find out exactly what it is that is causing this resistance. And tackling that and being proactive makes a big difference. So this helps give you some perspective of getting ready in the morning, getting yourself organized, and also finding out the reason why your child doesn't want to go, rather than trying to look at the symptoms rather than the cause. And medication is key.